bitches.
And
Why does this seem so early?
because it's really early. We're 2 hours ahead of what we were usually. Well, I mean, in reality, like 2.5 hours.
Seriously?
Well, it's usually about 9:30.
Where'd you get 9 viewers?
No, I don't think so.
What's good, YouTube? It is your boy Thesis, aka Thesis himself, from Vaping with Thesis. That's right, God bless it. Now, look. Now, let me know, guys, real quick. I want to make sure everything is as smooth as a goat's nipple. Oh, my cursor was stuck to the thing. I know it's going to be a little bit laggy tonight. I am running through a VPN, which does slow shit down a little bit, but I got to be safe because I was scared about hacks last week in a real genuine sense, and it was.
I was gonna say there was like something that legit that happened.
Yeah, it was like legitimate, sort of legitimate. Hold on, let me check my headphones up.
No, it's all right. We got Ray, Melissa, Steven. I was gonna say Mandy. It's just me. Vaping Vendetta, Austin, Chris, Georgia Boy, Hit Me Up, Kill It Hemp, Heath Moore. Yeah, me neither. He said he hasn't felt a goat nipple in a bit. So
goat nipples are pretty, sometimes it can get bumpy.
Oh, I thought you were calling. I was like, hello, John Augusta.
John Augusta.
Chris Vapes says, red! Exclamation, exclamation. Vaping Vendetta. Good evening. Welcome to our early Sunday Night Live.
Yeah, I call this the old man hour.
Yeah, I can.
Yeah, it's going to be enjoyable as fuck. So let's go and update everybody about the truck. So test drove today. I wish I was going to put a video up so you guys can watch, but the simple fact of the matter is it exists, and it went, and it's got to be buttoned up, it's got to be tuned, and so on and so forth. But I am beyond excited. Look at my hand.
Drove it out of the shed today.
Look at that. Steady as a fucking surgeon. Yep. You know why? I'm basically a surgeon. Yep. Because
I'm Rick. What did you say? What were you guys saying last night?
I'm Rick and Morty.
No, mechanics.
Oh, mechanic.
You're a mechanic now.
Mechanic. Yep.
A boat and a truck in 24 hours.
24 hours. Well, 24 hours. It lasted 6 months since the motor.
No, but I mean, like up and running.
It's been up and exactly.
Two motors. 24 hours.
2-stroke 4-cylinder, which is a V4. People say it doesn't exist, and it does. Shout out to Tyler. It's good information. And then my race truck.
Race truck.
It's got a race motor and racing transmission.
Can we clear this up though? Is it okay to call it a truck?
It's a truck.
Is it?
It is a truck. Although I have toyed with the idea of the term man van for a while. Yeah. I've been saying that for a while. Where did that McDonald's come from?
Just brought it.
No. Amanda.
That was our.
So just a heads up, everybody. Mandy has partaken in the Italian tonight. So Mandy just took a little bit of oregano. She was feeling it. She was feeling herself. And are you Italian yet?
No, but little do you know, I do that every Sunday night.
Yeah, but it's different when I see it because I wait for like the pop point. You know what I'm saying?
No, I try really hard to hold it back.
I just wish I had the capability or willpower to be an Italian back. But as soon as I'm done being Italian, I'm like, oh, I can do that again.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You look hot as fuck. That's a sweet dress.
Thank you.
All right, guys, we're gonna play
Yanni, Mr. Just Right.
Mr. Just Right.
What? Twisted? What the fuck? Hi, Tina. What were we gonna say?
Joel, we're gonna play best part, worst part. We usually do that sometime mid-show, but we'll actually, should we ask our special guest this as well?
Well, we can start and then
we'll start. So what was your favorite part of the week? What's your least favorite part of the week? Of the day? Fuck it. Weekend.
I was gonna say
weekend.
The week has been
pretty decent.
I know, but I can't think back to all of the things.
I can't think back all of the things as well either.
As I was going through my day today, I'm like, I know he's gonna ask me my high and low for today, and I literally am fucking scrubbing carpets. So I don't know what kind of up and down I'm gonna have. But this is my up. This was my the highlight of my day. So Nessa's gone working on the truck all day today, and it's been raining here for like 3 days off and on, and the sun came out, and I was like, fuck, I gotta get outside. So I went outside and was just like sitting there, and I'm like, this isn't gonna work. I gotta do something. I'm like, I'm gonna mow the lawn. And since we've lived in this house, I think probably since we've met. Have you ever seen me mow the yard?
Yeah, once here.
Really?
Yeah. It was we were on the way to the cabin.
I mowed the grass today all by myself, you guys. I started up the lawnmower. And this is the thing. It's not that I don't know how to do those things because I'm a very capable person. he doesn't allow me. His lawn mowing is like kind of a sacred activity for him.
Now you make it sound like some like 63
No, he's
year
pretty
old man.
particular about
Yeah, I want my lawn to look fucking
how
spectacular.
his grass is.
Look, that's
And-
my Mexican coming out. I want my landscaping to be epic.
But you just mowed the grass like 3 days ago. But we're dandelion season here. So the dandelions were already 3.5 feet
We have
tall.
to get C40D or whatever the fuck it's called. The C40D, Sephora.
I don't know. So I
Something
mowed the
40D.
backyard for the first time today. What?
What is it? 24D? Stroke diesel?
What?
I just heard someone come in.
I did
Yeah,
too.
you need 2,4D.
240. That's what it is. 240.
That'll kill the dandelions?
Yes, and
Good,
not the
they're
grass.
fucking everywhere. So I mowed the backyard and I was like, I'm gonna do it. I'm just gonna mow the front.
Yep.
I'm gonna mow the front. I'm gonna do it. If he doesn't like it, he can do it again in 2 days.
Yep.
And I did it. And I fucked up our bricks around our tree.
Yep. So now I have to redo those. But as soon as you text me, I got a little sinking feeling in my stomach. And I was like, you know what? It's all right. I think it's adorable. It's cute. I imagine you like trying to back up with the blades on and it shuts off.
Oh no, I figured that. I knew
You
that.
figured out it?
I knew I wasn't gonna be able to go in reverse with the blade.
Oh.
But I got stuck in bird shit. I
No.
got stuck in chicken shit.
Ew. No,
Because
what
it's
you
all
do is
wet.
you just click the key half a turn and hit the triangle. And you can back up with the blades on.
Whatever. I got stuck in, up by the chicken coop where all the like food and poop is all wet.
Mhm.
I got stuck and I was spitting and spitting. And Nacho, our oldest, was trying to help guide me. He's like, no, mom, you got to back up. No, mom, like back up closer to me. Back up closer to me, mom. So and eventually we just had to shut the lawnmower off and he helped me push it out.
Oh, shit. Real quick, guys, a big shout out to Cola Clouds. This is my personal favorite. Cherry Vanilla is my second favorite out of all of them, but the original, hands down, one of my favorite lines right now. This one and Icy Lemon. Is that what it's called? Icy Lemon.
Series after you.
Big shout out to the sponsor of the channel, EMB. And it's fucking phenomenal. I can't tell you coupon codes, but I can tell you a sweet saying to save you some shillings, and that is Thesis15. If you do join the Patreon page of Militia, there are special perks and peaks and perks, and nipples and goat nipples are super smooth. That is going to offer extra savings in terms of shillings. With that being said,
What was your high low?
my high and low, well, I'm about to tell you right now, is about to be a high. God bless America. My high, of course, was testing the truck. I was driving the truck today for the first time in 6 months. The brand new bumper to bumper, completely restored. That bitch, just like that. You hear me?
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. So, guys, with that being said, fuck the small talk. Let's go and bring in our very own special guest, Mike Cherokee. Just kidding, you guys. It's Vaping with Twisted. Let's go and ask him to turn his shillings on. Bam. Swagger lumps. Mike, is there a way you can not have, I forget his name.
Yeah, hold on.
Vaping with Twisted, thank you so much for coming on. Welcome, brother. It's been a long time since you and I have spoke.
Yo.
I'm excited.
What's good, everyone? How y'all doing?
Phenomenal, bro.
Everything coming through clear?
Yeah, you sound great.
Crystal clear.
Okay. All right,
So-
good.
Let me
What's up, y'all?
introduce. I want to introduce anyone in the channel, anyone in the Patreon, anyone watching that does not know who you are. I've been a big fan of you since before vaping was even a thing, since Twisted Child, and that was where I first initially found you. And then just so happened to catch a video of you, and I was just starting to think about making vape reviews, and lo and fucking behold, one of my favorite base drag racers, as far as I'm concerned, goes, check out my vape channel. And I was like, what? This asshole stole my idea. So I'm genuinely curious, and I'm sure you've beat it to death. We'll talk about your vape journey and stuff, but this is not primarily a vape show. This is just a bullshit show that we just have fun, get to know some of my favorite people in the world. How did you? What was your first channel? Was it the Bass Drags? Was it Twisted Child?
Yeah. It was Twisted Child 420. I started getting into stereos and stuff. What had happened because of YouTube. I saw Steve Mead and a few other dudes doing some pretty dope stuff, and I was like, man, that's dope as hell. I always wanted to make videos. I used to record videos back in the day when I was a teenager. I had a few different camcorders. I wish I still had all the tapes, but I always liked recording stuff and things. So I saw the people doing the stuff, and I was like, bro, I could do this. So I took my laptop outside and I used the laptop camera on the laptop to record my trunk rattling around. I thought that was cool.
in the 640 Pegasus or by 480 or whatever it was, or 320. The horrible laptop cameras. Damn. So what year did you start that though?
That was in 2009.
Yeah.
2009.
I didn't discover you then. I discovered you probably 2012. So right at the tail end of it. Yeah.
I got you. Yeah, man. I love the car stereo stuff, but I did everything you could possibly do in it. And I had a great time. And I didn't plan on quitting it either. I worked at a car stereo shop and fucking, I was all in.
You were a manager at one point at a car stereo shop specifically, right?
I was a salesman at a car stereo shop. I was a manager at a vape shop.
At the vape shop. That's right. I got those mixed up. I remember when you had your, man, correct me if I'm wrong. I don't know if it was an SUV. It was a Blazer. I think a matte black Blazer.
It was a Hyundai Santa Fe that was.
That's what a Santa Fe. Yeah, bedline. That's right. It looked like someone just spray painted the shit out of it with rhino liner.
Yeah, it was silly. It's still around. We're actually rebuilding it right now.
I just got done restoring my second vehicle in my life, but it's the first time I've done it correctly. It's my 1990 square body Chevy Suburban, and it went from a limp wristed whore where it had the lift, it had the tires, but it could not, that motor and the gearing and that tranny could not handle anything we did to it. You know what I mean?
I got you.
So the third gear went. Yes, 410 gears. 704 completely built up the transmission to be able to handle roughly 750 horsepower. The motor is Blueprint performance motor out of Ohio, I believe. 0 miles. Got to test drive it for the first time today, and it's built with my fucking bare hands. Myself and Tyler, one of my best friends. Mechanic. So the only system I've gotten right now though is a JVC with 1200 watts per channel RMS. Kicker comps, but they're not like the Best Buy ones. They're the decent ones.
I got you.
12-inch, and that's more than enough. I mean, it's a man van. Yeah.
I got you. Hell yeah, that's dope. Congratulations, though. I bet that was an experience.
Thank you. Oh, it's ongoing, but yeah, it drives. As far as I'm concerned, right now, I'm a happy camper. Are you still doing car mods with that Audi and the AMG? Was it AMG or is it just that black Mercedes?
No, I haven't really done any mods in a while. I sold the blue Audi to a dude in Dallas, a Canadian dude actually. Pretty cool dude. Yeah, he took a picture. Like I seen the other day, he had a picture with Dr. Disrespect. He works at some car shop in Dallas or something. It was random. I was like, what the fuck is this? But anyway, I got rid of it. I still got the black Mercedes that's bagged, but it's just chilling out there. I don't drive it. I haven't drove anywhere. And I got the S Class, but I haven't done anything to any of them in quite.
One of them is your wife's, right? The S Class, I think.
No, she's got an A Class.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, 2020 A Class.
This is gonna be. And tell me if you can't say it. That's all right. What is? Because I've never seen Mrs. Twisted in a video before. Is that on purpose?
No, she's been in videos before.
I've never. I guess
especially on the base channel.
Oh, back in the day. That's right.
Mm-hmm. And she had her own YouTube for a while too. Like a year and a half ago.
What was she doing?
Yeah.
Just like vlogs and stuff, just cool, just random stuff, just pretty cool stuff. It was like a health fitness thing at first, then it kind of became a vlog thing. It was pretty neat.
That's fucking badass. So in terms of incorporate, now that's a genuine question. I mean this because we just got done talking about how you don't feel like you're good at self promoting, bro. YouTube has been your living for a lot of years, then, right? Like damn near over.
Yeah, I know it, right? Yeah, it's crazy.
You're probably one of the longest running YouTubers, like in terms of being able to make a profit from it, that I've ever met.
Oh, well, thank you. Yeah, I mean, it's been what fuck it's been. I've been doing YouTube for 11 years technically.
Wow.
That is mind blowing.
Yeah. And it's all about transitions in life sometimes. Like I said, I did the car stereo stuff, pretty much did as much as I could do with that. I felt in my eyes. I built every system. I heard the loudest systems, met all the legends, traveled across country. I was happy. I was satisfied. The vaping thing, just kind of happened because I wanted to quit smoking cigarettes, and I was like, fuck. I watched Grim Green and Indoor Smokers and some of these dudes, and I was like, it was just YouTube again. I was like, oh, I bet I could do that, maybe, kind of. You know what I mean?
That's how it all starts, though.
Yeah. And then I started doing that, and man, fucking with this shit lately. Well, besides the fucking corona and the lack of hardware coming in and just shit being fucked up in general, I've been doing some different stuff for about the last year or so. I've been streaming on Twitch, and that's becoming my thing. And I think I don't know for sure, but gaming and streaming could be my next transition. I don't know.
Well, that seems to, I've told Mandy this when she asked who you were, and I showed her, and she remembered, and she was like, oh, she doesn't vape, you know what I mean? So she doesn't know, she's not in loop on it.
Right.
But the best way I told her to describe you was like, this is just me. You and me both we're men of many hobbies, whether it be RC cars, actual cars, vaping. Like none of it is necessarily just one and done. It's like it just revolves. It
turns into something else. You might come back to something.
Yep.
Yeah.
I go back.
That's what it's all about.
Exactly. But I consider you to be like same with myself, like a nerd who just so happens to vape, or like for you in your respect to be a gamer who happens to vape, at least lately. Not necessarily the other way around, but like it's all of them mixed. If you could transition to just gaming, would that be your main goal? Is that your main goal?
I try not to set goals, honestly. Most things that's happened to me in life have been accidental.
Yes.
So, I just kind of let the cards fall where they lay. Yep. But that's not to say that I'm not doing anything to spur those events. Like I'm doing shit. It's not like I'm just laying on my ass and saying, come to me, success. It's just I'm doing the stuff, but it doesn't feel like work because I'm constantly, you do what you love. You never work a day in your life. That whole shit.
That's true though. That's when dude. I've had people be like, you don't go out on Saturdays. I'm like, no, matter of fact, I go and I quote unquote work in the studio by doing the Zoom rooms with the Ninja Militia. Like it's my favorite thing. Like last night was the first night I got to actually be in the studio for the past few weeks from working on the truck. But like it's my favorite thing. Does that make sense? So like when I hate editing, it's my bane of my existence. But when I record the videos, I love doing the videos.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
And I would assume similar for you, except for you put a lot more time into your editing than I do now. Just with all your effects.
No, I mean, to an extent, I guess kind of, but most of it's like I've done it so many times. It's just like do drop that there, put this here, do. This is fucking, it's like a walk,
I get it. My attention
breathing at that point. You do it so much. You got to remember for years, I don't know how many, let's say 4 or 5. For 4 or 5 years, I consistently did videos Monday through Friday every week.
Yep. No, I remember. That's also how you grew immediately.
Right. Yeah, I was constantly putting up stuff. People are constantly sending stuff. That was my whole thing. But after doing it so many fucking times, I don't even know how many videos I got on here. But there's like
7,000, I believe, or 1.4 thousand, something like that.
Yeah, there was 1,700 or so on the base channel. So many on this. After a while, your fingers just kind of fucking. I might be coming down with carpal tunnels, though. I'm not sure.
But hold on, let's talk about that. Fuck the carpal tunnel. For me, it's psychological. I have to take. There are weeks like this week I didn't put one up because it was the last week of homeschool. Right. We've been busting ass in this truck. I've never bought myself anything with YouTube money. Never. I've never really made YouTube money. You know what I mean? And as a joke, I named my truck Charity, and the license plate says YouTube money, because but it's not like a douche thing. It's because it's the first thing I've ever purchased for myself. Last night during the Zoom room, I showed them my fucking crotch and my jeans. I'm like, this is what I wear. My jeans have fucking holes where my balls are supposed to be. You know what I mean? So, but I've been working hard on that. All that shit. That's not the point. Point is, oh fuck, this is really delved into exactly what I wanted to ask him, and now I forgot.
Oh fuck, that happens to me all the time, bro. Don't worry about it. You'll get to it. You'll remember it in a minute.
Psychological.
There it is.
So there are some weeks where on a genuine level, the last thing I want to do is be inside of the studio listening to my own voice. And I know that you took a short hiatus. Was a couple months at one point?
Only time I took that long of a break was to do the reality show.
Reality show?
Yes, John Cena.
Yeah, the John Cena thing.
It was American Grit, I think.
What kind of reality show was it?
It was badass.
It was like one of those competition things, but you gotta like live with the people and fucking, if you win, you get like $250,000 type thing.
You just had to like live in a house with a bunch of other people?
No, it was physical.
No. We had like teams and challenges. And
okay.
I watched that shit when it aired with you. It's the only reason why I was even interested. Dude,
it was pretty cool.
I'm sure you've talked about it a million times, but I want my fucking take on it. When they called you up for casting, right? Because like you have to go through a whole rigmarole before you ever even get there, right? What was the casting like?
It was pretty It was pretty. It was different. You know what's funny? I need to pull up the chat. Come to think of it, I shared this on my Facebook and my Instagram and put the link to it in my bio on Instagram. So hopefully, some of the people come over to
Mr.
hang out.
Just Right is trolling you like you wouldn't
Yeah,
believe.
yeah.
Oh, I don't doubt it. Oh wait, let me see. I got chat pulled up now. Hey, there's my homie Mo Cushing. Shout out to my homie Mo Cushings from Twitch. Mr. Just Right, I'll stop by for free handies. That's not it. You give handies too. Don't act like it's one-sided. It goes both ways. Don't you do this. Oh, yeah, we got a lot of people here. Oh, but anyway, if it wasn't, speaking of Mr. Just Right, if it wasn't for Joel, I forgot about. They emailed me, right? They're like, "Hey, we got this thing going on," and I forgot about it. And Joel was like, "Hey, remember that thing?" I was like, "Oh yeah." So I went and looked for it. It was in like my spam folder. Their reply. So I was like, "Oh shit!" So I hit him up, and first we did a Skype call, right? Did a Skype call with him, interview, the whole thing. Then they were like, "Okay, we're looking at 10,000 people.
Holy
This is what we're looking at. We're looking at 10,000 people, and we got to narrow it down." So then after that, 2 weeks later, you got to go out to LA for a week. They rented out this hotel in LA, and you couldn't leave. You couldn't leave the hotel, and nobody could like really meet or talk to each other. There were potential contestants. It was fucking crazy. Anyway, I stayed there for a week, did all these tests, drug tests, physical, mental, psychological, anything you can imagine. We did that for a week. I came back home, and those fuckers didn't let me know that I made the show until 2 days before it was time to leave.
Oh shit.
Yeah, yeah. I was like, holy shit. But what's cool? I felt kind of proud, and I rub it in the other contestants' face when I was on the show. I was the only person that they emailed, like, or that got on the show from them hitting me up. Like everybody else sent in shit and audition videos and all that. So I'd rub it in their face every chance I got. I was like, yeah, they hit me up. Fuck you guys.
Well, let me ask you, did you make any long-term friends or like any like acquaintance?
Yeah. What several people from the show, good friends. One of them, Chris Edom, a school teacher from Long Island, New York. He came down and stayed with me for a few days. We went and met up with George Foreman's son in Houston, and we kicked it at their. We got to like hang out at George Foreman's gym where he used to train and box. And like it was crazy. But yeah, we hung out, made a thing of it, and we watched one of the episodes air live together here at my house. He was super cool dude. He was older, like close to 50 or so, but he was super cool.
So the goal initially was it was a physical competition, correct? Like with
physical, mental.
So was it like a fear factor kind of thing?
To an extent. To an extent, you had to do certain things or not do them, depending on what you wanted to do. I got naked on there at one point. I got drugged through the mud by two ladies because I almost passed out and died. It was a lot of stuff. It was a lot of stuff.
Wait a second.
But at the same time, there was some psychological warfare going on too. There's some stuff going on, like people turning.
Oh yeah.
It was crazy. It's pretty good. It was all pretty legit too. Like people say reality. All reality.
I was just gonna ask that.
No, like everything was like we did all our own shit. Only thing they would do, the producers would come up and be like, "Hey, fucking maybe go ask her about that thing that happened yesterday." That would be the extent of it.
And they were trying to kind of ruffle feathers, type of a deal.
Right, yeah.
That's got to be such a cool experience.
It was fun. The only thing I didn't like was the mic. Like as soon as you got up and when you went to bed, like as soon as you got up in the morning, they're trying to put a microphone on you that you got to attach. And they got waterproof ones and all this. So I'd be like, no, let me go poop real quick before I do that. Because you have to take the mic off, sit it down, poop, put it back on. It was a whole process. So I was like, let me go poop at least first. Fucking
no shit,
guys.
Yeah.
But before you go to bed, right before, you got to take the mics off. So they wanted to get everything. And our rooms had cameras in them and shit. So it was crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and you got to meet John Cena.
We lived next to John Cena for a month, like 100 feet from him. He stayed in this badass mansion over here, and they had these fucking little bungalows that they built for us where you could see gaps through the floor. Like I'm looking at the grass. It was cold. It was hot. It was like there was no central air or heat. You know what I mean? And we were in like Savannah, Georgia. It was fucking crazy. Yeah. It was
That's
pretty nutty.
bonkers. So, and you've been on the news, at least local news, right? Like I remember seeing this is years ago. So you got to give me.
Yeah. I was on the news a couple of times for a couple of different things. And I had a couple of videos go viral that I sold the rights to that were on TV a couple of times. All that stuff though was accidental. When I was on the news, somebody broke into a stereo shop. They wanted me to talk about it. Before, like they were talking about, what about these high gas prices? I was just trying to get gas, and I was like, it's too much. I don't like it. You know, I don't know. It was a whole thing. But the other stuff, there was a couple of viral videos that got on TV.
Well, which ones were the viral videos that got on TV? With the gas price one? The what?
No, the viral video was the first one. Was I had the Galaxy Note 4 or 3. It was years ago. It had a new slow-mo function on it. So I was giving a customer a demo, and it said, hey, record this while we're vaping. And I had a what was it called? Meraxis clone. Remember the Meraxis?
Yep.
I was hitting that, and as I was letting out vapor, the bass was making it like stutter. The frame rate was like making it stutter.
Uh-huh.
Anyway, that video was on TV. It was on the Chive, E-Bombs World, all the major Reddit, top of Reddit. It pops up every couple of years up on Reddit again. Like, oh my God, look at this again. It's a whole thing. But that was kind of cool. It's just vapor doing stuff. Like, fuck, it's pretty cool. The second one, there was like a dude transporting a propeller for those big wind turbines that make electricity through the middle of this small town. And I just busted out my phone on my way back to work from getting lunch. And I was like, hey, just saying silly shit. And that went viral for some dumbass reason. I don't know. Shit's stupid. I don't even understand what people like, honestly.
We were just having this conversation this morning about viral videos. Like, you could put so much time and energy and thought and effort into something that you are super passionate about, and like 10 people will like it. And exactly. You just like whip out your cell phone to take a video of something, and then there it goes.
Well, I've got like 3 or 4 viral videos now on my TikTok that I guess I understand.
Nice.
The most recent one. Yeah. And the TikTok blew up I think we went from 2000, or excuse me, I think we went from 76 followers. And now we're at 21,000.
I think it's 24.
24,000, whatever.
Jesus Christ. That's pretty big.
Yeah, like it went from, I think, again, like something like 1,000 likes. We're almost going to hit 1 million likes. We're probably at 5 million views on the whole channel itself.
What were you doing?
What upsets me is the shit that I film that gets millions of views is just me doing dumb shit that I normally do. So like, opening my wife's wine bottle with an impact driver because I can't find the corkscrew, or like getting back at my neighbors. Like, they'll play the music at 2:00 in the morning, so I'm done fucking around and I go and buy a light bar and I start mowing my lawn at 4:00 in the morning.
Oh shit.
Yeah, shit like that. Or like now they're revving their motorcycle, and little do they know I have a race car motor in a giant monster truck that I'm going to deliver to my house tomorrow. Straight piped. So you want to play that game? We're gonna fucking play that game.
Damn, so you're like legitly warring with your neighbors?
No, because we're buds with them. We're fine with them. It's real petty. It's just petty. And that's the thing. Someone tagged the king of petty on TikTok, and all of a sudden my video is like 3.9 million views on that one. As of a little bit ago, yeah. But people want to know the rest of the story. But the problem is the rest of the story hasn't happened yet.
Right. It's still developing. It's
still developing, yeah. But it's just little stuff.
See, if I was to make a TikTok, I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I'm a boring dude for the most part now anymore. Especially like before this Corona shit was popping off. I've been a fucking recluse, a hermit crab. But I don't even know where like even if I did go somewhere, what do I do? Like run naked through Best Buy parking lot or something? Like,
no, but I genuinely think, thank you so much. Melissa says 22.9 thousand on TikTok. Thank you. So what all I'm saying is, when I stopped putting time into the shit, except for like the editing part, of course, but like I'm just filming regular shit. So if you're gaming, I guarantee you, if Joe were to go to your house, you would have no idea the hilarious shit that you're doing, or just shit that just makes sense. So like your commentary, for example, I'm just going to go ahead and say it. When you used to, I want you to do it right here, right now. Mike brought it up. I want to know, are you going to go ahead and divulge your fluffy secrets? G13 ultra secret?
Look, here's the thing. The fluff, I haven't had to use the fluff in a while, but the fluff is still G14 classified.
Mother.
Right? It's still under the radar. I can't disclose anything. People will hurt me. I got people. I can't do it.
You
I
had
would
one
like to.
third dislikes on your reveal video. I want you to know that.
What's
And
that?
you had 1/3 of the likes were dislikes on that video in 2008, February of 2000. I will never forget it. February 2018,
Oh, where he was.
where you
Yeah.
said you were going to reveal it. Now I got excited.
Yeah. that
Meanwhile,
was
this
fun.
motherfucker puts actual marshmallow fluff on the
Yeah, I
god.
put some real fluff in there. Yeah, I put some real. That was fun. See, stuff like that just comes to you sometimes. I haven't been able to think of shit like that in forever. It's like the creative juices flow when they want.
That's 100% true. But that's why you just got to film, like myself, like film everything. Film,
We
like,
have that conversation a lot though, because
Yeah.
I'm like, "Are you gonna work?" You're like, "I just can't do it right now."
yeah, like I don't know what to say.
Sometimes you can't do it.
What do you think about
Sometimes-
this mod? It sucks. Okay, just say that. Like that's a really boring video, Mandy.
Yeah, that's all I got. See,
Yeah.
speaking of videos, man, I don't know what it is. I want to try a new format when it comes to vape reviews. Just because like people see the same shit. Not most of it's derivative, of the same shit that's been released 50,000 times. I'm trying to think of a new way and concept of how I want to do the videos, but I haven't quite
I
got
did
it. 'Cause right now it's
documentary
like
style.
thought about that, even writing some stuff, funny parts about things. I thought
Well,
about
that's what I'm
that.
saying. I've done that. I've done like full documentaries, like documentary style video. Like when I released my RDA, it was a 5-year project, and I fucking did a full 6-minute documentary that took weeks to film, write, and produce. And the views weren't great, but the time retention was almost 80%.
Oh,
Tell
that's
me
good.
any video you can get someone to watch 8 out of 10 minutes was ridiculous. You know what I
That's
mean?
pretty good. That's pretty damn good if I do
Which-
say so myself.
Yeah, and with YouTube algorithm, we know it's not views, it's retention rate.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So
YouTube's been fucking vape channels, man. I tell you, it's ridiculous.
yeah, Bogan, Mike Vapes. I probably shouldn't be putting business out there like that, but like several other, much higher end vape channels have all just gotten strikes.
Oh, for real? What kind of strikes?
I don't.
Links? They
No,
struck me
no,
for
no
links.
no links.
Yeah,
None.
they got me on the link thing. I had to take them all out.
Let me ask you a question. How the fuck are you making, like, and if this is super personal, don't divulge it, but how are you making your money? Like, where does your money come from? Because if, as far as I can remember, you don't monetize your videos. You use the Portlandia theme in the beginning, which you can monetize.
Yeah, I use music on the majority of my videos, especially since they stopped demonetizing. They started demonetizing videos anyway. I was like, fuck it. But the cool thing is, here's what I thought about. I started purposely leaving songs in an extra amount of time just so they could pick up on the track. And sometimes once they pick up on the track and they got to match the third party content, they still run ads, but it goes to them. But videos with ads on them get more views.
Oh
than
my God.
without
Videos with
ads.
ads get more views. I never even fucking thought of that shit.
Yep. So that's been one of my strategies. But shit, I forgot the main question. Oh yeah, my money. Fuck, just YouTube still. Just YouTube.
No.
Yeah. I don't even do that many videos now, but it's been cool. I mean, it's cool. You just gotta fucking.
Bro, I barely bring 40. It's all super chat. 100% of my income is Patreon, and then a little bit from super chat, and then sponsorships. But it's mostly like it's grassroots. Like it's
Right.
I can tell you the people. I can probably tell you the children that they have and their first last name
Mhm.
and at least the state they live in. They're the people that actually pay my fucking mortgage.
Right.
Which is crazy. But what you just said about the ads, because when they have more ads, they get promoted much faster, as we know with the YouTube algorithm.
Mhm.
If you have, Cola Clouds Vanilla Cherry, and then you have Cola Clouds Original, and the original is a better review, but it doesn't have ads on it. YouTube doesn't give a fuck. That's going second. This one's going on top. That's
Mhm.
crazy. That's
Yep.
crazy.
Just something to think about. But yeah, man, I built some really good relationships with several companies. Some companies, like, it doesn't even matter about the views or any of that. Some companies, the head people in China, for certain companies, is really fuck with me really heavy. Like they like me as a person. So I've been thankful of that. So I don't have to do like a fucking shit ton of videos a month to get by. You know what I mean?
Right.
But that doesn't mean it hasn't been tight at times. You know what I mean? Shit gets crazy
for sure.
sometimes. Shit gets crazy sometimes.
We had a bad couple of months in the wintertime.
I was gonna say when the whole black
Mhm.
market THC
Yep.
and then the
Oh, that hurt
Dude.
bad.
that was
Yes.
those are a tough couple of months.
That and a couple of months ago during this Corona shit when I wasn't getting any product for a while.
I haven't gotten
That
it.
sucked.
That's actually what I was about to do right now. First and foremost, shout out to EMB. That's the sponsor of the channel. But more importantly than that, is the real sponsors. That's the Patreon page, patreon.com/ThesisHimself, the Ninja Militia. They send shit out. Steven Maldonado in particular, but all of them send out fucking kit like purge mods, like it's not even a thing. Kennedy's, all authentic, not even a fucking thing. All of them. I'm just thinking off the top of my head, the grip, $1,000 mods like strangers mods from Tina. Who am I forgetting? I'm forgetting one in particular. So it's the
Mighty Rose.
Mighty Rose sends out an $800 beaver bot, like shit that I would never be able to afford. Steven, with this fucking the fatal limited edition. And this is the shit that I'm reviewing, bro. Like this isn't like this. It's not for me to keep. Like I send a lot of this stuff back.
Still, now you're not getting anything from China.
Vaporesso is like one of the hardcore. Them and Manvape.
I still get stuff from Vaporesso too. Yeah.
Yeah, Vaporesso fucks with me hard. Like if I ask for something, they send out here. This is what's going to be given away on the Patreon shit right here. That
the box right there.
Yeah, they just sent out an extra 3 mods because they enjoyed the review. They're like, it's a great review, and like it's a great product. I'm going to give.
Glad you guys got the Patreon going good, man. My Patreon got fucked so hard.
Ask what happened.
Yeah, no, like okay, so everything was cool. Like I was sending out people stuff. Like if you subscribe at a certain tier, you get some mods and different things, you know. But like I had my buddy Alex, who's my manager for all my vape shit.
Yep.
I had him coming over once a month to the house to like fucking ship all this shit out. Well, for some reason, needless to say, I don't know if people were lying or if the post office was fucking up at the time. We were hearing some things. But anyway, some people weren't getting the packages supposedly. And there was a bunch of fuckery. And I was like, oh man, we're sending it. Well, we'll send you something else. So we kept going. People kept not getting packages. And after a while, I was like, well, fuck this. I'm just shutting the whole thing down. This is too much trouble. But I had people getting pissed off at me.
I've worked around it. And I'm glad that you stopped though, because you can get in trouble. And I did get in trouble.
Yeah.
I got 2 strikes.
I didn't know you get strikes on Patreon.
Yes. Well, they're not strikes. They're much more personal. So what happens is like, they're like, hey, there, little fella, can you not do that? Can you not do giveaways on Patreon? But I didn't get the email because it's in my business email. I don't really check that very often. I didn't get it. So they said, hey, there, little fella, second warning. And all of a sudden I go to empty out my Patreon and they're like, hey, little fella, you can't have your money. And I was like, what? And it took a few weeks.
Not?
Yeah, like, that's my money. And they go, you can't do giveaways because then it's technically gambling. I was like, oh, fuck. Okay. And I understood, but there's ways around it. Yeah, but there's ways around it. And you can purchase a product. It's like a drawing with a chance to purchase as opposed to a drawing to win, as long as it's public. Does that make sense? So as long as you can do it on a public basis.
Okay.
The biggest difference is when you enter for Patreon, you get limited edition stuff. You get like I'm doing my 101 barrages, shit like that, like the cool stuff where you do get it, but it's a purchase. It's not like you have to draw for it.
Right.
So yeah, thank you, Melissa. You win the opportunity to purchase. Bam. Georgia Boy, thank you so much. Hobag, thank you so much. Let's see. So Yanni, thank you so much. You guys are the bread and butter of this channel, man. Thank you so much. With that said, if you do decide to do the Patreon, this is just me throwing the shit out as a friend. Your passion for I'm not a gamer. I'm a pretend gamer. Okay. I play 2 games, three and a half, maybe 4 games. I play zombies, Call of Duty with my wife when we're Italian. And Italian means that we are eating oregano because we cannot reference weed. Okay. So when we're Italian, we'd love to play some Call of Duty zombies. Old school, especially. The new one's bad fucking ass. Is a little too scary for my liking, but and then I play motocross games and racing games. That is it.
I got you.
And your passion for the shit makes you want to dabble into other stuff. What hardware are you excited about coming out? And this is a Stroke Diesel question too. He's the one that asked that one.
Oh, I mean, I'm always look forward to the new consoles. You know, you got the new consoles coming pretty soon. I'm a PC, console, handheld. I do all of it. Retro.
You're
VR,
a game whore.
Yeah, I play it all. Honestly, most of the stuff I'm really excited about is mostly out as far as hardware. But I don't know, like Unreal Engine 5 is looking promising for the next generation. You got the new consoles dropping. That's gonna be pretty cool. The Last of Us 2 is coming out pretty soon. I'm gonna live stream playing that entire game. Oh, it's so good. The first one was like one of the best games ever made. It was
I'm an old
amazing.
school
It's
PC.
amazing. But yeah, I've been gaming since I was a little since I was in the crib. So yeah, I like it a lot and stuff. So I'm gonna
So
try to do
my
that.
question then, what does your wife do for a living?
My wife is a parole officer.
Oh,
Oh
damn.
shit.
Okay.
Yeah, serious business there.
She's a bad bitch.
That's
Oh,
a
yeah.
little scary. She brings out
Yeah.
handcuffs in the bedroom, but they're not fake.
Hardcore.
And I mean, like, do you guys have a pretty good work-life balance as far as like you
Yeah.
streaming and twitching and videos and that
Yeah,
kind of
yeah,
stuff?
it's all good.
Figure that
It's
out.
all good. Like, yeah, it's like before, like I get real obsessive about stuff when I like want to like learn or figure something out. I like obsess over it until I figure it out. Like a week,
Mhm.
2 weeks, doesn't matter. And she's always known that about me. But like, the more I obsess over stuff, like it pays off in the long run. Like I try new things, do new things. But it goes good. We've been together since what 2004.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah.
So that's like almost
16 years.
17 years. Yeah, it's a long time. So yeah, it's
I would say we've got a really good balance on it too. Like, I don't feel like we have any issues, but like it's something that people ask us a lot.
Is what?
Like how we maintain our balance, like how you get to do your thing and that it doesn't drive me crazy.
I also don't like
Understanding.
phones. So like the other good part about it is like when I'm on my phone, I'm working or I'm talking to friends. That's it. Like I don't ever for fun go on my phone on TikTok or like Snapchat. Like I just don't. It does not appeal to me. I want to be
No, but like
wrenching on a
I don't
lawnmower.
ever argue when you're like, hey, I got a live show
Oh,
tonight.
yeah,
and
yeah,
I'm
yeah,
like,
yeah.
okay, well, you said you're only gonna be for an hour and it's been 2.
No, she never does it.
so
Not once. Yeah.
That's just not my
I know there's a certain tone in the voice once in a great while. And if I come to bed at 2:00 in the morning, I'm like, hey, I'm horny. And she's like, I was too 3 hours ago.
yeah, fuck off.
Yeah. And
I
I've
was
learned.
gonna say 2 a.m. Zoom calls are a little different.
Yeah, I was I've
It's
learned to live with that part.
it's good to have a good support structure. Though. My wife's very supportive.
That's
and
so
that
hard to
goes a
find.
long
I'm so
way.
happy for you.
Oh, thank you.
What did you do before YouTube? Before that 2009?
Like nothing significant. I did Dale tech support. I managed a pizza joint. I actually bootleg DVDs and CDs for a while. Also,
Holy shit, we
I
had
was
that in
that guy.
common. Yeah, me
Yeah.
too. When as soon as my brother and I figured out how to rip DVDs, we had 2 bays and we were building PCs custom. Like the moment we figured that out, I was like, hey, bro, we should probably figure this out.
Bro, it was dope back in the day too because it was kind of fucked up. But I was the manager of this pizza place in this small town, and we rented movies.
I was just gonna say, and
Yep.
they had movie rentals.
And they were movie rentals. So I had this book of bootlegs, and after a while, people would specifically request me to deliver because they like, hey, we want a pizza and a couple of movies. It got to the point where it was like people coming over with their children to pick out, like knocking on the door. I'm like, hey, like knocking on the door. Hey, what can we look through your book of movies and stuff? That was my shit back in the day. I went hard at it, bro. Like I had like a custom. I get like a wallpaper of the movie, right?
Yeah.
And on the intro, I would have that with play, chapter pick, and everything. But I'd also put a song that would loop the whole time. So like I'd have people come and be like, "Hey, what was that song? That shit was jamming." Like So like I
No
kind of put
shit.
put a little extra effort into it. Yeah. And I
So
would
you-
never sell shitty copies. If people ask about something, I'd be like, "Well, there's just not a good copy out yet." I set a precedent. No camcorder in
The
theater shit.
camcorder in the theater.
Yeah.
Dude, we were doing shit at the exact same time.
Yep. I was quality over quantity. That was my whole thing.
I get it. No, I never sold them, but like my brother and
We
I
had a whole Rubbermaid
Yeah.
full of DVD binders.
yes, it was
It was one point I was burning Xbox 360 games.
what?
Yeah. Yeah. You have to have your console JTAG, but it was a whole thing. Yeah, it was a thing.
Console JTAG. See, this is where the gaming stuff starts to go over my
Yeah.
head.
Oh shit, hold on. I just looked at the chat. You got a guy who donated $4.99. Georgia Boy TFV review says, I'm a new vape reviewer. Twisted, any advice? Ah, man, it's easy to just say, hey, just be yourself. Go out there. But fuck, man, I really don't even know. Like, I mean, if you got a personality and you don't mind talking and you're not shy and shit, you'll be all right. It's just, and don't ever let anybody. Here's another thing. You might get downtrodden and people like, oh, there's 50,000 vape reviewers. Why does anybody need another vape reviewer? Well, fucking, there was 50,000 vape reviewers when I started. Even though the market is much more saturated now than it was then, that doesn't mean you shouldn't give it a shot. See if it works. Throw some shit at the wall, see if it sticks. If it doesn't, back to the drawing board. You know what I mean? But other than that, I don't know. Just fucking get some good shit. Get good quality stuff. You want a good camera, fucking good audio. You know, fucking that's the baseline of shit. And then just kind of do your own thing. Bring your own bit of flavor to it.
I was just gonna say it's like finding your own little. It's like finding your own little like niche to put into.
You need 2,000. The number is 2,000. You need 2,000 fans, 2,000 supporters. If you can figure out to get 2,000 people, hardcore. I'm not talking about like the casual fan. I mean, if you can figure out 2,000 hardcore fans for say comedy, like if you're a comedian, that's all you need. If for online, all you need is 200. If you can get 200 people to support you physically, mentally, financially, like in all those ways where they genuinely believe in what you're doing, and you have to have a good product. Like if you don't offer people something to believe in, and I don't care if it's as believing in just your entertainment value. Like if I make a video that makes you laugh, but it's consistent, not just one viral video, but like consistently something, or makes you like, oh wow, that's crazy video, like that is worthy of supporting. If Twisted, when you see Twisted's notification come through, Twisted dropped a new video and you get excited, like boom, like you'll never miss a dollar. You're never. I'm a Patreon of so many people of my favorite podcasts. $1, $2. You don't miss $2. If you do, if you're in a financial situation where that is, then please don't waste that money on me. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah,
go get some food, damn it.
Yeah, seriously, go eat some go eat something.
Yeah, some ramen.
Yeah, exactly. But that's the biggest thing right there. Like if you don't have something to offer to people to believe in, it's not going to work. George Boy, I know your personality. I know you as a human being. You definitely give people something to believe in. I believe in you. Yeah. But like when I see your name pop up on my Instagram, I answer like that, or my text messages. And that doesn't mean if I don't for you or somebody else, that means nothing personal at all. I'm in the middle of some shit. But when I see Jeremy, your shit fucking pop up, I know it's gonna be a good conversation. You don't bring drama. It's just, how's it going, buddy? Especially with that Southern accent. It's lovable.
Yeah.
Where did you grow up?
I was just gonna say, Twisted, where do you live?
Texas.
Texas. I grew up in East Texas. I'm from Dallas, or I was born in Dallas. I grew up in East Texas. But yeah, and I still live in East Texas. So you're just kind of hanging out.
So was there a transition from smoking cigarettes into vaping, or did you pick it up outside of that?
No, it was pretty quick though. So I worked at a cereal shop and we had this one customer, younger guy named Derek, super cool dude. He'd always come up there vaping on stuff, and I'm like, he'd say, "Hey, I got some Gandalf's beard here today," and I'm like, "What the fuck is that? What are you talking about?" But me and my buddy Bobby would try it. We'd hit it, like, damn, that's kind of cool, whatever. I remember it was a Vamo V1 with a pro tank, the original pro tank. That's what he would come up there with, and I was like, oh man, that's kind of cool. So one day, me and my buddy Bobby on the way home, we lived like right next door to each other, just about. We were on the way home. We stopped by this head shop that his sister-in-law worked at, and we just bought like a little $25 starter kit and some juice. And I smoked for 16 years before this. This was 2013, and like it was like a little 600 mAh ego with a Stardust disposable tank, standard shit to start with back in 2013. And fucking within like 4 days or so, I quit smoking completely.
Wow.
Yeah, I started taking less and less
4
cigarettes
days?
to work. Yeah, it was really, I was ready to quit too, but
okay.
But at the same time, fucking instead of taking a whole pack with me, I'd take half a pack with me.
That's what I did too.
The next day I'd take, fucking 5 with me. On the last day, it was a Friday, I took 1 with me. I was like, I'm gonna smoke this right after I eat my lunch, because that's when you want to smoke a cigarette, And fucking, I tried to smoke it, and it was like nasty, and it made me kind of want to throw up. And I smoked about half of it and threw it down. That was my last cigarette, and that was it. I've been vaping ever since. Still fucking.
So you have that headstrong. When you say obsessive, like you're not kidding,
right?
So
like I had never tried to quit smoking before that either. Like
that's what I mean. It's like even without vaping, you probably would have quit.
Yeah, I'd like to think so, but I don't know. Because I was locked up for a while. And I quit smoking. This is when I was younger. And then like I was like, when I got out, cigarettes were super nasty. But like I made myself keep smoking them. I was like, oh, I love it. But at that point, yeah, I was sick of it.
What were you locked up for, if you don't mind me asking?
This was what 2003, 2002. First it was 2 counts of aggravated robbery, and then the second time around it was 4 counts of criminal mischief.
The fuck is criminal mischief?
Oh, you wouldn't believe the story if I told you.
I was just gonna say it sounds like a
Okay.
very generic.
Yeah, you would never believe the story if I told you.
The robbery
It's
seems
pretty-
self-explanatory, but
And
I
it
want to know the
wasn't-
mischief.
No, that was stupid too. That wasn't. What's fucked up is the shit I got in the most trouble for initially. I didn't even do anything. I was just there, and it wasn't even robbery. Like I was with some dudes that didn't like these other dudes. They beat these dudes up and took a video camera. And all of a sudden they were like, "Oh, you were." And I was like, I told the judge, and even the dudes that got beat up were like, "Hey, he didn't do anything." But the judge was like, "Well, if you were there and you didn't do anything, you're just as guilty."
What
So I'm
the
like,
fuck?
whatever. So that they gave me 2 counts of aggravated robbery for that. It was reduced, I think, a little later on. And then I got put on probation or whatever. And then a year and a half later, that's when I really fucked up.
What did you fuck up doing?
It's crazy. It's just a wild, drunken night of doing things. Still in the blimp off the top of Applebee's.
Hold the
busting-
fuck up.
Busting out cop windows on their cars.
Well, that's explanatory.
Deflating a gorilla at a car dealership.
God.
It was numerous things in one night.
And you got caught for all of them?
Well, here's the thing. Remember I told you I used to love the videotape stuff?
Oh, shit.
no.
Everything we did that night I videotaped. And when we got pulled over, I had all the tapes with me. So
Oh, okay.
what are you gonna do?
Yep. Yeah.
What are you gonna do? They're kind of dead to rights. It was a wild night though. And
It sounds like it.
I was with the wrong people at the wrong
Hold, did the
time.
judge have anything to say?
Oh, bro,
about
it's so
the-
crazy. Like I was on probation, right, for the first thing.
Yeah, that's why you got fucked up.
This thing happened, and the dude's like, I gave like a fucking Oscar performance in court, bro. Oscar performance. The dude was like, I was on 10 years probation for that. I did all this stuff, and I only got 5 months of what they called shock therapy prison. And what they do is they send you to prison for 5 months and then pull you out, and put you back on the streets to scare you. See what I'm saying?
Right.
So
But they
I
put you
did
in
that.
full-blown prison, not jail?
yeah, but there was like little baby camp, like not the hardcore shit.
Oh, okay.
They do that to scare you, pull you back on the street, put you back on probation. Normal shit, whatever. I get out, I kept smoking weed, and then I pissed dirty, and then I went back for like a year and a half. But it was like honestly, like everybody.
So you did real time. You did legit time.
Yeah, a year and a half. And everybody's all like, oh no, I had a pretty, for the most part, it was a pretty good time. Yeah, I met some pretty cool people. Yeah. Saw some crazy stuff. Stayed out of trouble.
I was gonna say
I got
I
a
have-
tattoo too. This tattoo
that's
on my
badass.
forearm. This was a cover up, and I got it done in jail. Pretty cool.
I've had very short brushes with jail, and it's a time and experience I'm waiting to forget. But it was some scariest motherfuckers I've ever met. Like there's a couple of dudes. There's one dude in particular who looked like Bozo the Clown. He had red hair, but he couldn't have been more than like 30, but it was completely bald right here.
That sounds
So-
sketchy.
He had bright red hair, just out, and his eyes were like not following each other, and he just had one word, no other tattoos.
Oh, yeah, I've heard about this
One
guy.
word tattooed on his entire forehead, like not like Post Malone pussy ass. It just said "loco" on his.
I could
I-
believe it.
He
I
had
could believe it.
all of his teeth were gone except for these two right here. It
Oh,
almost looked
wow.
like fucking on purpose. Like if you can imagine a meth head who got their face kicked in whilst smoking a meth pipe, and his teeth just fell out with it, and then he continued to smoke his teeth. That's what it looked
That's
like.
what he
And-
had going on, huh?
Yeah,
That's
and there was
pretty hardcore.
it was.
That's pretty hardcore. Yeah,
Yeah.
I saw some pretty strange stuff in there. It's just pretty crazy. But it worked out. I didn't even get any fights or anything. I was just kind of hanging out.
So
Doing my own
hold on, I want to hear a story or two from Twisted's jail experience.
Okay. So one time, I was down close to Austin, Texas, and there was a lot of essays down there. They pretty much ran everything. And like these fools somehow, like these dudes were walking around with polo socks, chains. Like I don't know how they're getting this stuff in here. It was crazy. Anyway, fucking somehow they got like some weed, and like there was dudes shooting up, sharing needles and shit. Pretty standard stuff. But somehow some dudes got these essays that were all part of the Tango Blast. If you ain't blasting, You ain't lasting. That was their slogan. It was the whole thing. Anyway, they smoked some weed dipped in wet, which is, if you're not familiar, that's embalming fluid.
Yep. Yep. I've heard of it
Well,
many
fucking
times.
to set all this up, you had to put some popcorn in the microwave and let it burn really badly to where it would stink up the whole place to hide the smell of whatever you're smoking.
That's a good
Anyway,
idea.
all of that started happening, and I'm just watching. And then these dudes got in a fight, and I was just sitting here like just observing everything. At the same time, there's a dude over here shooting up like some meth, like one of the Aryan Brotherhood dudes, like about next door neighbor. It was like a whole bunch of stuff like happened at once, and I was just observing everything, trying to take it all in. That was one of the crazier things I saw. Like a lot was happening. You know what I mean? But yeah, for the most part, some people getting fucked up or stabbed. So, yeah, it's pretty standard stuff. Nothing too crazy. You see some stuff.
Pretty standard stuff.
Yeah.
I've been stabbed with a short shank. This is not in real life, not in behind bars or anything.
Right.
And I've seen some crazy shit like that. I've seen people get their head beat like fucking on a trash can, like when I was fucking 14, 15.
Right.
Crazy dumb shit. And I fail to ever remember a time where any of it ever seemed worth it. I've been in my fair share of fights, and
none of it's ever worth it, man. That's what you learn as you get older. Half that shit that we used to fight and do stupid shit over, none of it was worth it. And I've learned that for quite some time. So I it's been chilling for a while.
Especially with like, and I would be completely honest with like, what blows my mind is all these people who start like internet drama, like just over the dumbest shit that you could, if you really had an issue, just message me, be a man. We'll talk about it. If you want to talk about it on a live stream, fuck it, we'll talk about it on a live stream. But that type of stuff seems so insignificant when you realize shit like that is going happening.
I used to love that shit. Like as far as internet drama, well, I've had some pretty historic bouts. Rip Trippers, that whole thing, me against Amara Vape, multiple things. I used to love that shit. I used to live for that shit. You know what I mean? Because that was kind of, got my rocks off. But man, the older I get, I just don't give a fuck about most things anymore, honestly. Like,
when you say most, so what's something that you used to care about that you really don't give a fuck about anymore?
Or
would it be easier for you to tell me about things you do care about?
Fucking yeah, it might be easier to tell you what I do care. I don't even know what that fucking like I'm numb to a lot of things. Death. Fucking I don't care about like clothes anymore. I look like a bum 90% of the time.
Well, clothes seems pretty insignificant if you don't care about death. Holy shit.
Yeah, death doesn't affect me anymore. I learned recently.
That's sad, man.
It is, but feelings are overrated, if I'm being honest.
I agree.
Oh my god, you guys are like the same fucking person.
I agree. I think feelings are if I could take a pill and feelings, I hate the fact that like I want to fast forward Twisted. I'm a fast forward when it comes to movies.
Yeah.
If there's a love story or if there's some they were about to kiss, all those lovey feelings I hate it. It doesn't add to a plot.
Right.
Get to the action part and that's it.
Yeah, it's weird stuff with me. I don't know. I'll see something in a movie sometimes that'll catch me. I might shed her tears. I feel empathy for a fake character, but that's what I did. I like my dogs and my cats and my wife. But beyond that,
what was your family like growing up? And again, if any of this gets too far, you can just tell me to shut the fuck up and we won't talk about it.
Oh, it's such a long story.
Dude, we have no time limit. I don't.
Yeah, no, that's true. Okay, so what was the best way? I had a great family growing up, but my family was adopted. It's okay. All right, so here we go. I'll give you Cliff Notes. My mom, she was pretty cool. She was like pretty wild and stuff when she had me. And so when I was 2 years old, I went to stay with her brother and his wife, my aunt and uncle, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, anyway, mom went to jail for a while. And I ended up staying with them, getting raised by them. Anyway, when I got about 10 or 11, my mom got her shit together. She went to college, did all kinds of badass shit. She did all this, and I was going up there to hang out more. Like she was doing cool shit, like she would like rent a Jaguar for the weekend, like if I was coming to visit, and we like ride around a Jaguar. Yeah, the whole thing would be cool. But anyway, everything was going good. I was gonna move back in with her in Dallas, right? When I was about 13.
And what year is this about?
94.
Okay.
I was about to move back in.
You're not 40. You're 40?
No, I'm 36.
Okay, I was gonna say, how the fuck does that work?
Yeah, I'm not that old.
No.
40 is scary though. But anyway, I'm about to move back in with my mom, my real mom, in Dallas, and then my uncle escapes from prison.
Holy shit!
Years later, we have the exact same name and everything. Years later, I come to find out my mom helped break him out of prison. Pretty
When you
gangster.
say holy fuck!
Right, yeah. So that was kind of crazy. The SWAT came to her house, but I wasn't up there that weekend. They were banging on the door. Richard Mallard, which is my name, but also his name. Tear gas through the window. Boom, boom, boom. Crazy shit. So she was going to court for all this stuff. It was crazy. Like they were like, "Hey, did you fucking help him break out?" You know, it was a whole thing. Anyway, right before I got to move back in with her, she died from a diabetic heart attack
Fuck,
at
I'm
the
sorry.
age of 27.
Oh my God.
Yeah, yeah. So that was 94.
And you were 13?
Yeah. Well, what the fuck? I was 10. Oh no,
Oh,
I
okay.
was 10. Yeah, I was 10 at that point.
I was
Yeah,
like,
I forgot the
I've had kids real early.
So yeah, after that, fucking my uncle and aunt, they adopted me legally. So they were like, hey, your mom's dead. My dad, I met him like when I was 11 or so, or 10, 9. I don't remember. But anyway, I didn't really know him too well. My real dad. So anyway, my aunt and uncle adopt me. Everything's cool. They're like, hey, we bought the kid. We got the kid. But then 2 years after
We
that,
bought
my
the
uncle,
kid.
yeah, 2 years after that, my uncle dies from prostate cancer.
Holy
Oh my
shit.
God.
Yeah, so the guy that raised me.
Okay, the numbing to the death thing is starting to come into frame.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And now before these two things happened, I was a pretty good kid. I was very smart. I was a honor roll student and all my shit. But then
You see
after
that?
all this happened, I was like, man, fuck all this shit. So I started doing some drugs, trying some things,
When you say
messing
doing
around.
drugs, in particular, be particular.
Oh, everything you could think of. The only thing I haven't done is crack and heroin, if I'm being honest.
What was your favorite out of the bunch? Again, everyone watching, this is not, we're not advocating for drugs. This is just conjecture. It's bullshit.
Cocaine and ketamine.
Ketamine.
Mm-hmm.
No, that's being used now at the VA, for PTSD.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah, we actually, this is statute of limitations. We broke into a veterinarian clinic and got like 15 vials of ketamine. It was crazy. And for 2 weeks straight in the K-hole.
that's the call it, the K-hole. So I'm a drug. What is it? How would you call that? I'm a drug virgin up until our honeymoon, and that doesn't really count. Like
How long ago was that?
October.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So I'm scared of drugs, not because I'm like, oh, I'm scared of what's going to happen. I have a very addictive personality. If I get into remote control cars, I am spending my life savings on remote control cars. If I get into video games, the reason why I've never watched a Star Wars movie, I always talk shit about it. I always make fun of it. It's not because I don't like it. It's because I'm scared I'm going to become obsessed. So if I find a drug that I like, and I'll be completely honest with you, cocaine sounds like a hell of a drug.
Oh, it is. It's fantastic.
Exactly the same thing. But my buddy Fat Tom told me something that never left my head when I was restoring my first truck. And I get done restoring it. I had a little bit of extra money, which would never happen now. It's just at that time I was in stupid job and no bills at 16. And
Right.
he was doing a little bit of coke and he didn't offer me. And I was like, hey, let me guess what this is. He's like, do you like your truck? I'm like, yeah. He's like, do you like a TV? I'm like, yeah. He's like, then don't do this. I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah, no, that's true. That's true. Yeah, it's a hell of a drug. It's very addictive. It's very addictive.
So what was ketamine like though? Because I'm genuinely curious about that.
Well, if you haven't done any other drugs, it's hard to explain the effects of ketamine. But the best way I could describe it was
I've done Molly and weed, and I just did our first mushroom, and nothing happened psychologically. It just felt like we were really high.
you ever done whippets?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Okay.
As a kid.
So imagine 5 to 6 hits of acid with several whippets added to that. That was ketamine.
What?
And now most people, they snort it, but we were taking it and shooting it directly into the muscle.
Jesus, Twisted, you're alive?
Yeah, it's a surprise. It's amazing, really, if I'm being honest.
I'm the same way, but with extreme sports, right? Like that, dirt biking, skateboard. My whole life, I've been in many bad accidents, hospitalized for weeks at a time, like not knowing if I'm going to walk, not knowing if I'm going to live. Certain shoes. So I can understand that. What scares me though is that you're purposely doing this whole bit into your arm, right?
Mm-hmm.
What you're enjoying these what would you call it? Ketamine trips? Would you call them trips? Or no?
K-hole trips, probably be the best way to say it. Yeah, the K-hole, being stuck in the K-hole.
I'm genuinely scared of hallucinogens. I just say,
Oh, that's my favorite thing.
Let me tell you a quick story. I'm not a great storyteller, but salvia. So the I guess you could call that a drug, right? So I did do a drug before, and it was we went and got, and all we asked for was the highest concentrate potpourri you've got. And he said, buddy, you don't want to do the highest one. I'm like,
that shit's horrible.
And I said, no, just give me the strongest one. I'm not a pussy. And we had a 3-foot bong in the 1-bedroom apartment, and we named that bong Ziggy. We didn't realize that salvia was strong. Like, I guess I just didn't think it was real.
Pretty potent stuff.
And we took it, and as soon as it happened, it felt, and this isn't a joke, I'm not exaggerating, like the hand of God shoved all three of us, our chest. We didn't know we were supposed to have spotters, by the way. It shoved our chest, our sternum into the back of the couch, like a roller coaster. And all of a sudden, we started to laugh to the point where it was like, in my head, I'm thinking clearly. I'm like, I don't want to laugh anymore. But my body's like, we got other plans, bitch. Hold on.
Yeah, you're doing it.
And all of a sudden, I saw, I was playing Super Mario Kart Golf with Bob Barker and Lil Wayne.
That's pretty dope.
No, the fuck it wasn't.
That could be pretty cool.
I have a fear of Bob Barker, and Lil Wayne is my least favorite rapper at that time. Still is. At some point, he was phenomenal. Carter 1, Carter 2, shit type shit. But all of a sudden, I start seeing my television, and on top is that cat from Alice in Wonderland with the tail switches. And now this is that part laughing. All of a sudden, Josh, who's sitting next, Josh, and then Mikey's all the way at the end of the couch, frat status. I had a 180-pound American bulldog who is a very big baby, but was just aggressively big. Muscle, like he looked like John Cena if John Cena was bigger.
Bulldog.
Yeah, American Bulldog. And as Josh goes to pet him, what I see is different than what he's doing. As he's petting him like this, his fucking head goes
nice.
And no. And that's when I thought he was murdering my dog.
Oh no, well, that's not what you want.
That's not. So I started to have a panic attack, and I'm trying to tell Josh, while laughing as hard as I've ever laughed in my entire life, to stop killing my dog. Because that's where I genuinely was going to grab. We had a TV tray in front of us with Ziggy the bong. It was a zigzag bong. And I was going to beat Josh with it. The issue is whatever hand came out of the ether just kept my chest just like that the whole time onto the couch. When we finally came back, we were gone for what felt like, dude, it was like I lived a second life for hours. Twisted. Hours.
Oh, yeah.
Meanwhile, it was 7 minutes.
That's the good stuff. See, I love that shit.
That scares the fuck out of me, bro. I like my life. Well,
yeah,
hold on.
I'd love to do DMT at some point.
DMT is one, yeah. Well, not ayahuasca in particular, just because it's a ayahuasca makes me nervous because of the length.
I'd like to. I want to experience that.
You and I will have a chat after the show, and I will. No, I'm dead serious. Not drug terms, but in a spiritual sense. We'll have a chat after the show. I'm getting a lot of questions, by the way, brother, for you to be and requests. You and Tony B seem to be the number one request for Saturday live streams.
Saturday live streams?
Yes. So I do a private live stream, a private chat. Sometimes it pops off pretty fucking hard in a good way. Doesn't get crazy, but it gets, there's nipples, things like that, of that nature. And there won't be nipples if you're on. We'll be very friendly.
We get pretty crazy on my Twitch, so
I'm aware. I've seen there are videos of you floating around that are pretty funny that I don't necessarily know that people are screen capturing.
Oh yeah, there's some good ones out there.
There is. So we'll talk about it afterwards. So when you're doing this ketamine back in the day, right? You're how old at what point?
18, 19. 19.
Okay, so you're.
I was gonna say, hang on. I want to hear the rest of the story about what happened after your adopted dad uncle.
Well, we're getting there, but I'm curious on this ketamine shit. So as you're doing these drugs, you're developing. Your old man passes away, and then your uncle passes away, who adopted you, getting the drugs, and now you're just saying, "Fuck it."
Yeah. I was just doing a bunch of crazy shit. When I was a freshman, I got expelled for setting the bathroom on fire at the high school. So
Oh my God.
I had to repeat ninth grade. Um, and then and it happened right before Columbine happened, which if it would have happened
shit.
afterwards, it would have
Holy
been super
shit.
bad.
Yeah.
But yeah, that and but beyond the whole setting shit on fire, I got in fights, got in trouble, did stuff. But beyond that, I graduated. Like I was a year behind, but like I graduated, walked across the stage, did all that shit.
Yep.
School was never like learning and doing stuff. It was never. I don't know. It was always pretty easy for me, I guess, for the most part, except for math. I fucking hate math.
See, I was decent at math, but I personally didn't, but I was in the group of kids who set the science wing on fire. Someone took a
Nice.
someone took a
Nice.
Bunsen burner, and I never got even talked to it, which was I was on camera, and I was just talking with ha 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 ha, and I almost said his name. I better not even do that. He just took the Bunsen burner and it was on, and it was attached to a rubber hose that was attached to the propane, and he just put it in the cabinet and shut the door. And it was supposed to be a 10-second joke, and we all forgot about it.
Oh no!
It was simple as that,
Bad
and
business.
the science wing burnt down, and it was on, like I said, it was on camera, and they got in a little bit of trouble, but it was I don't know what I left that school shortly thereafter. So, and when none of us talked to each other, like you can't talk about that shit after it happens. Like didn't happen,
You
didn't
guys
fucking
did the
happen.
right thing. I got stoned and told people what I did, and then they reported me to Crime Stoppers.
No.
What?
Yeah, it was a whole thing. Yeah,
Listen.
it was yeah, it was a whole
And
thing.
you think you don't do shit, or at least, bro? So there's a hashtag on TikTok called story time. If
Yep.
you told 30-second stories about this shit, fuck vaping with Twisted, fuck Twisted Child 420. Let's go back to the child of Richard.
Oh, bro, I got one story, and I won't tell the whole thing here because it's a long story. But to sum it up, me and some friends got busted smoking weed at Six Flags when they first opened on the weekend that Dare was there. Like it was a whole weekend with Dare, and like it's a long story. It was crazy. That's a really good story. I told that story on my Chillin' channel as like a story by itself.
So no. This is vaping with Thesis, right? This is
Right.
this is you, me, we're friends. Mandy and Mike here are the other side of the semi truck. Let's go and back up. So you're 19 years old.
No. That was like 15 or
You're
14.
15 years. You're 15 years old. You just got done taking a bath. You're just all glistening, looking nice, fucking being sexy. You're wearing some Zuba pants.
I don't know if that's how it went, but
Let me set the stage. So wearing some Zuba pants. You guys just get out of school. It's on a Friday. Y'all smoke some weed. It was a great night. You wake up the next morning. All of a sudden, you got a bright idea. Hey, you know what would be funny? Let's go smoke weed by the Dare police officers at Six Flags Great America.
it wasn't. That's not how it went. That's not how it went.
I was just gonna say, I think the
That's not
story
how
went
it-
differently. than
Man,
that.
the reason why I did it like that was because he's
So
going to
he'll tell
argue
it?
with me, and now he has to tell it.
All right, I'll give you a quick rundown. It wasn't too crazy. So
Don't
my
give me
buddy
quick.
Wade.
Just no. Who's Wade? You tell me about his backstory too.
Oh, Wade's just a buddy of mine. We played video games together a lot. Well, anyway, me and Wade and his cousin Justin all were gonna go to Six Flags with Wade's mom and Wade's mom's sister, his aunt. And we smoked weed and stuff. So we're like, well, let's take a little bit of weed. It's early. We're gonna be there right when they open. There's gonna be like nobody there. We can go, blaze up or whatever. So I had some weed in the car, but like we only took in a little bit inside of a Black and Mild. Just took a little bit in there. Anyway, we get to walking around. Nothing's open. Everything's closed. We find this little park bench. And we're like, well, fuck it. Let's go ahead and blaze up. We looked around. Nobody's there. The second we light the shit, fucking 7 to 8 dudes come out of bushes fucking everywhere. Like, hey, put that down. What are you doing? There's cops and security and everything. They fucking grab the shit, sit it on the trash can. Dude picks it up, smells it, looks at us like, fucking. We start trying to explain. Like, look, bro. He's like, nope, don't say anything. Who are you with? We're like, we're with his mom. Yada yada yada. And we try to explain. He's like, nope. There's no way you're talking. No way you're talking your way out of this. Yada yada yada. So I'm like, what the fuck? We're sitting there. All of a sudden, the cop goes over, grabs the lighter, grabs a piece of the blunt, throws both of them in the trash. He's like, come with us. We're like, fuck, why'd he throw away the evidence though? Whatever. So he takes us to this little tent, and it's like a cop tent for cops. And there's like a main sergeant there. And he's like, hey, sergeant, caught these kids here fucking smoking cigarettes here in the park. And we're like, cigarettes? No, we had weed. What is he talking about? So we're like, they were like, the God sergeant's like, who are you here with? We're like, Wade's like, my mom and he's like, please don't. And it's like, nope, no way you're talking your way out of this. Yada yada yada. I'm like, fuck, we are fucked. He's about to hit them up and be like, yo, fuck, this is crazy. So he talks to us for a little bit. He's like, you know, you guys are underage. You shouldn't be smoking cigarettes. We're like, yes, sir. We're sorry. He's like, well, I want you guys to get out of here. And we don't want to ever catch you smoking cigarettes again. We're like, what the fuck? Wade's mom and aunt are like off somewhere else. We thought they were about to call them over there. We thought we were in trouble. They let us go. They're like, enjoy the rest of the day.
No shit.
So we're like, holy fuck. We're like running around. Oh my God, I can't believe we fucking got away with this shit. As we're walking, now here's where it gets crazy. As we're walking, I come by a roller coaster and I see a Dare helicopter. I'm like, what the fuck? We go up a little further. It's like a fucking SWAT van, Dare. I see a booth for Dare set up. I see some people handing out pamphlets about Dare, talking to kids about drugs. Realize we tried to smoke a blunt in Six Flags Park the weekend of the National Drug Awareness Month at Six Flags.
That's some twisted shit to do, though.
Yeah, well, we were already fucking freaking out that we got away with it. But once we realized what they were doing that weekend, it made
made it way better.
Yeah,
a way better story.
I was gonna say, like, it makes it way better when it's exactly.
Especially when you find out after you've been set free.
I have a few stories like that later on you find out some fucked up shit. I tend to put my foot in my mouth. It's different than that. That's funny. Like the ones I do, like it's when you look back at it, like I've said some dumb shit. One time I complimented somebody on their weight loss, and like I was really hammering home, like you know, you look really fucking good. I don't remember her name, and I worked at UPS, and I'm like, man, you took some time off. Like your foot must have worked out. You got sexy, like you that ass though. And someone tells me just like she had cancer, and I was like, oh. Fuck.
Oh,
yep. It's one of those kind of things.
That's bad,
bro. That shit happens to me all.
It really does.
Yeah, all the time, and it's never like I'm never malicious. Like it's always like a compliment or like, hey, I really like your gloves. Are those custom? Well, I lost a finger twice. I was like, oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
Oh, I've done some really dumb shit like that before. Man, I say really dumb shit sometimes. Like I had this one dude show up that I knew from online to the shop. He was gonna Cerakote some mods for me, some mech mods. And the first thing I say when the dudes walks in is like, "Damn, bro, you're shorter than I thought you were. Than I thought you'd be." And I'm like, "Fuck! Why did I say that?"
My favorite thing in the world is when people are like, "You're taller than I thought you were gonna be," because I have the most. My patrons hate on me on a constant basis. Tell me I got short arms. Tell me that I'm short. So, but then people believe it. And then they meet me in real life, like, oh, you're way bigger than I thought you were gonna be. Like take my strong hand, like that dude from the scary movie, and like 5'6" and shit. Nothing's nothing wrong with it. It's just like, I know they just talk shit. Motherfuckers just pretend.
It's angles and shit. I think I've had people say, "Oh, you're taller than I thought you'd be," several times when meeting them at vape conventions and shit and everything. I think it's the angles. It's all about the angles. Plus, you never know. Everybody likes to think everybody's shorter than them. I think
that's a true story.
Psychological man thing.
Oh my God, we've had this conversation where like I am convinced, say so and so. I'm like, no, I'm pretty sure they're like 5'4". Like they are tiny. Like, Nas, he's 6'3". You're 5'10" and 3/4. He's way tall. I'm like, no, he's not.
Hey, okay, can we go back to the rest of the story now? What happened after your uncle passed away?
Yes.
I want to hear the rest of the story.
Oh, I mean, not a lot, really. Me and my mom moved to another place, sold our old house, or my aunt, shall I say?
Yeah.
It's a whole.
Well, yeah, but she raised.
She's my
mom.
She's on.
Yeah.
Anyway, we moved to another place. She met this old high school sweetheart that she knew from like high school. I guess that makes sense. And they remarried, and then like that only lasted a couple of years. Kicked him out, and then
Why'd you kick him out?
I like, just actually no, she'd kick him out. She was bitching at him about something or something, and like one day he like just took off, like took out, like packed all his shit, like
He went to get a pack of cigarettes
without anybody knowing. Yeah, like magically. So that was the whole thing. But after that, everything was pretty normal. Like I said, a lot of drug use and stuff until right up at graduation. I graduated. Told you that part. There was a bunch of other crazy shit in between. I got 50,000 stories. But anyway, I graduated. Right after that, 2 weeks, we did the K-hole thing, right? That was right after graduation, the K-hole. Directly after that, me and two buddies moved straight to Houston, close to Galveston, close to the beach. That only lasted like 6 or 7 months. Then I came back home. And at this point, I'm 19, 20. I'm living with my mom and just kind of like running around, get into shit as you soon found out in 2003. Yeah. So really, I met my wife around that time too. Besides the legal stuff, everything that I mentioned earlier, all the little stories and stuff, that led up to 2008. I get out of jail. I'm a felon now. Like, oh no, I'm a felon. People know I like to hire felons. I got some jobs. I work Dell tech support, like I said.
What is Dell? What is that in particular?
Okay, so Dell was coming out with smartphones, and they didn't do very well, obviously. But they were coming out with smartphones, and we were hired just to handle technical support for these new smartphones. And that was the extent of it, just troubleshooting and shit like that, smartphone stuff. But then, this was right when I got out anyway, doing the stuff. I was like, man, I need something to occupy my time. So I got into the bass stuff, started doing videos on the YouTube. And then after a while, I was working at the pizza place selling bootleg DVDs. Remember?
Damn, this is like 2009ish.
Yeah, this is 2009ish.
So my brother and Susan and I were doing this in 2004 when we were in 2005.
Yeah,
when we were 15, 16. So
I've been torrenting. I was torrenting in 2005, but I wasn't selling anything then.
Right. Well, no, I'm just saying, like, it's great because, like, in 2009, you got the shit scared out of you because that woman from Duluth with Metallica, that whole Napster, and I didn't hear about that till I was probably 16 years old, and I was like, I don't want to go to jail. You know what I mean?
Yeah, nobody wants.
Plus, at the time, I was a musician. I was like, I don't want people, well, we gave our music for free away anyway because we always saw it as a service, not a product. You don't sell music, you sell t-shirts. You know what I mean? You give people music and then they support you and they buy your shit.
Yeah. That's how you're supposed to do it.
I agree completely. I think your music should be free.
Yeah. But yeah, that's my morals and stuff. I never really gave a shit. That's why I sold bootleg movies. I reviewed clones. I never really gave a shit about any of that. People are gonna buy what they can get. If they can't, save some money. Mm-hmm. But anyway. But yeah, 2008, 2009, started doing YouTube, and then I quit the pizza place to go work at a stereo shop because I was doing videos on stereos.
And Texas is the home of customization with vehicles in particular.
Cars are like really serious here. Loud, fast.
Trucks and lowriders, for whatever the fuck reason, and donks. For whatever reason, we have a huge SA population. And a huge, and it was after Katrina in particular, where huge influx of Southern Black population showed up on the east side. And all of a sudden, that was my first exposure to donks. I was like, what the fuck are you doing lifting a car? You lift the truck, not a car. And then I saw 26s and I was like, that shit is sick. Like, I need I want me a fucking G body on some 28s. That shit looks, I almost bought one. It was a Regal.
I like some old schools. I've never been into box Chevys and donks and stuff. That's never really been my thing. I like
only into square body trucks.
Yeah, I love good C10 and stuff like that. Don't get me wrong.
Yes,
if I ever did old school though, it would be a 70s model Buick Riviera that I'd like.
Oh my god,
that would be my go-to.
Twisted. My first car, 82 Buick Riviera with the 1979 body styles. It was the 82 frame on the 1979. I am in love with that old sweeping. Oh my god!
I'm gonna have one day.
Do you know how much it cost? It was my first car. I was 13. My dad bought it for me. $300. $300. Paint was perfection. Interior was perfection. Motor was questionable, but the whole point of
the problem.
Yeah, but in terms of physical, it was not a Minnesota car because Minnesota cars don't do.
They don't do well. At
Yeah,
all.
in the winter. But let me show you. You know what? Keep talking. I'm going to go ahead and figure out a way how to send this shit to myself. Go ahead, baby.
What?
Just start talking.
Say words.
Say words.
Say words.
So this is a question I have for you. So you do gaming right now. Is there anything else that's like at the top of your okay, quarantine. What have you been keeping yourself busy with other than gaming during this
I have a
quarantine?
feeling he's the same during quarantine as he is outside of quarantine.
Yeah, probably pretty much the same. But just gaming. Yeah, it's just really been just streaming. I gamed all the time anyway. So I had the revelation about a year ago. It's like people stream, like that's the thing, it's popular. I game anyway. Why not stream what I game? Because like there's some funny moments and stuff.
Can people donate on people donate money to you directly on your Twitch?
Not until I hit partner, which should be in like the next week or two.
I was gonna say, I am a cosmetologist. I do hair. And when I was in beauty school, I had a client come in to get her hair done with me who made her living off of Twitch. She had one man in particular who paid her rent for her. Right. And then somebody else who like paid her cell phone bill.
It's so much easier to be a female though. Like it's
how
so much
she
easier.
lived her life.
Yeah, it's way easier for a girl on Twitch, that's for sure.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
But that's not
sexism.
6 or 7 years ago.
Yeah, right. No, and I get it. Yeah. But I'm just saying like, that it's not sexism. It's just the truth. Look, I will hit the follow button on a big booty bitch on TikTok immediately out of instinct, not think. And I'm like, what am I doing? Unfollow. You know what I mean? But dude, better fucking you. If you don't make me belly laugh, and I'm not, if I don't think about that joke 4 minutes from now, like I'm not following. But if you can fucking hit that threshold, you have got my undivided loyalty.
Man, I watch some people that are so good at like I envy some of the people I watch. Like I mostly watch like video game or tech reviewers for the most part.
Linus is my least favorite. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I like a lot of Marquise Brownlee is really good.
Marquise is dope.
Mike Fisher.
Who's the one with the B?
Mr. Mobile.
Who's the one with the B? Not Beelzebub, damn it.
MKBHD is one of them. Flossie Carter, I like. There's a few of them I like.
Can someone
ETA
help me out? Starts with the B, not Beelzebub, Beelzebub. Anybody? Starts with the B. He's fat white dude with glasses. Nerdy as fuck.
Oh, you're talking about Boogie.
No.
No.
Super fair. He's my favorite. Dude's fucking. He's funny with unintentionally. He's not trying to be funny. He just is. Does that make sense?
Yeah, there's people who can. I wish I'm so envious of these people that can just talk
Twisted
forever and like.
Can I remind you that you made a living on YouTube from the years 2009 to 2020? That is something that deserves some fucking credit, bud. Like I don't know what else to tell you.
No, I appreciate that, and then now that it is pretty cool, and I like some of I legitimately like some of the things I've done.
Barnacles, VG,
yes.
VG man Perry, yes, Barnacles. That's who it is. I don't know what I fuck with him hard as shit. That dude, and he's a bit of a douche, but who isn't? You know what I mean?
Yeah, we all got a little bit of douche in us somewhere.
Oh, for my new license plate on my truck says Brodozer. It's gonna say Brodo like that. It's because people think I'm a douche, like if just driving it.
Might as well buy into it.
And I'm not a douche, but if you're gonna say that, I'm gonna double down. It's just the truth.
Right. I respect that. I respect that. There's nothing wrong with that.
Yes. Can we so real quick, I'm sorry. Like you guys, here's the baby. Here's the boo. Here is the boo scoo. Okay. Here's the video didn't send.
That's all right. You can show the picture.
All right. Well, right now I'm currently driving it without a hood, and I think I may not put the hood back.
Yes, you're gonna put the fucking hood back.
I don't know that I'm gonna put the hood because I want everyone to see that fucking
see all the work and money you've put in the last 6 months.
Yes. You know what I mean? Okay, here it is. Share screen. Bam, share computer sound because you need to be able to hear the son bitch.
Oh, that's loud.
I'll fast forward this part with my face.
You sitting there smiling. In love.
That was the first one, man. Oh, he didn't capture. What the fuck, Tyler? You're
No,
a
when
shit
we were
filter.
working on it the other night, the guy that's helping him, his dad was over helping him. And the first time they fired up, his dad looked at Ness and goes, "That's the first time I've seen all of your teeth."
That's a good feeling. It's got to be a good feeling.
Yes, I'm sure it is.
Yeah, I've never felt that. Like, I hate even saying this. So like when my kids were born, right, that was the best feeling. But this one is a solid close third.
Nice.
Yes.
Nice.
But let me show you the actual truck itself. How do you spell bourbon? There it is. Here we go. So this is oh, you can't see anything. What the fuck am I doing?
It's okay. You'll get it figured out. Hold on 1 second.
Yo,
I gotta pee real quick.
Go take a pee. Okay. I have it ready.
Savior the Vapor says, "Thanks to Twisted for his gaming videos. It keeps me occupied through this quarantine."
Yep. And real quick, guys, let me go and just bring up. I know he didn't want me to do it, but I'm doing it anyway. Drama.
What?
Doing drama right now. This is another viral video of Twisted's, the original one, by the way, not the screenshot version. 500,000 views from 2014, and
Wow.
that's just the original one. Let's go ahead and share screen. Here goes it.
That's pretty cool.
Damn.
I mean, you can see the bass hitting his shirt before he
Yep.
vapes. What is he vaping on there? Do you know?
I don't even remember. I thought that shit is the what's the V?
Somebody said variant.
No, is it the variant? It's a Vax. Hold on, Twisted. Don't interrupt yourself.
Okay.
Fuck. No, what mod was that? Starts with a V, no?
That was the Maraxis clone.
Maraxis. I knew it had an X in there somewhere. Okay, so this is my bitch right here. This is, there should be. Now, it's a lot bigger than it looks.
Nice.
Like, so from there,
It's bigger than it looks. I think she looks pretty big.
she's a big bitch, but in this picture in particular, you don't. Okay, so these bushes right here are over waist height, right? And this truck the tires are taller than these bushes. They're,
Oh, I believe it.
Yeah,
It looks like a big son bitch.
it is, and now I've got the diamond plate steel runners off of it, and it's just dumb. Like my kids can walk underneath the truck, essentially like maybe bent over a little bit like this, like hunched.
Nice.
Oh, but
That's a
I'm
beautiful-
a
Good color.
thank you, bro. Thank you. It's a fucking fire engine red because it was a fire truck, and my friend
Oh,
Tyler
that's
makes
cool.
yeah, he makes fun of it. And I'm like, no, dude, like
That's dope.
yeah, I think it's a cool backstory.
Yeah, I like it. I like it.
Dude, I cannot believe they had slow motion like that in 2004.
No, that was 20 something.
2014. Oh,
Yeah,
what did I say?
24.
What did I say?
2004.
Yeah, no, 2014. Sorry, the fucking
Yeah.
that oregano is starting to hit.
No, it'll get you. It'll get you. I had a
Dude.
nice little dose myself before I got on here.
Steve Maldonado said, "Nas do a plexiglass hood." I may end up by doing that.
that'd
I'm
be
dead
sick.
serious.
That'd be
Uh,
super sick.
If I can have the blower come out on top, I don't want it to be all muscle car looking. Like it's not going to be a show truck. This is a truck that I am going to drive like not only on the road but road trips and on off road. I don't want the shit to be like don't touch my pink. Oh. I'm not that kind of person. I want to drive my fucking pieces of art. Like look, like Manny's a dime piece, but I'm still gonna fuck the shit out of her. You know what I'm saying? Like I want to. I'm not saving my vehicles for the next guy. You know what I mean? Like if I have a fucking Ferrari, if I have a Lamborghini, I don't care what it is. I'm gonna beat the piss out of it.
Yeah, fuck it.
You had that badass Audi with the sliding out license, or maybe what? No, that had to have been you. Sliding out license plate.
Yeah, that was me.
Yeah, I remember that. Why did you sell it?
I had 3 cars, and it was a 2010. She was getting a little long in the tooth, and I got spoiled by my other cars too. So
yeah, but that wrap you had though.
Now that was an original color.
That's original color.
Here's the thing. That was a really. It took me like 6 months to find that car. That was a 1 of 2 that was sold in the U.S. the way that car was. So it was like really rare. And that's why the guy from Canada wanted to buy it. But Sprint Blue is the color code, and it's really rare amongst Audis. And that's why I got it. And it was a stick shift, and it had Tuscan brown leather. It was very specific stuff I was looking for.
Yeah, you seem like a hard guy to please if you want something. Bro, do you still have the mod that I built you?
Yeah, I still got it.
Can you show it off to everybody?
Yeah, hold on, let me see real quick.
What did you built him a mod?
Yeah. Years ago, like 2 years ago.
Like a Altoids box mod?
Better than that. It still plays because I knew he gamed. I knew he was in the video game.
Oh, actually, I think I saw the picture of it on his Instagram.
No way.
Yep. Hang on.
Epic failure, Dave. It's 1990 Suburban.
Yeah, I came across it because I saw him holding it in one of his pictures, and I was like, "Oh shit!"
Let's go and pin Richard quick.
There it is. Here. This
Can you go in?
Qbert arcade machine. Let me see if I can make sure.
It's a Smoat chipset. It's not perfect, but it's the first one I built.
He took a mod, a Smoat. What was it? The
RA box.
The raw box, yeah. Yep. And he built it into with the 510 up top. It's so cool. This is one of the mods I'll never get rid of.
That means a lot. That means a lot to me.
Well, look how unique this thing is. It's dope. So you can play Qbert. Just load it up Qbert right here. So you want to play some Qbert? All right, fucking have at it. Play some Qbert.
Qbert was, I thought that was my shit too.
Yeah, Qbert's badass.
No, I don't.
Can you throw a tank on it? Show everyone it works. No one believed it worked when I sent it to you.
I don't think it works. I don't know if the battery on the mod part is charged, but we give it a shot.
It's an internal lipo, if I do remember correctly.
You can hear it doing all its zoops and zaps and beeps and bops.
Yep. Sure can.
What are you vaping on at the moment?
This is a monster tank by Blitz, I think, with a Mag P3 and just a G Priv 3. That's what I keep over here at the computer.
You rocking that not too shabby juice?
Oh yeah. I got some distortion in here. Okay. There you go, people.
This
is real.
And all still works.
And
dude,
you can play Qbert.
At the same time, that's I would consider that to be the ultimate vooping mod.
I need to do a video. You know what? I'm gonna do a video on this thing this week. That'd
mean
cool
a lot
for the quarantine.
Yeah. Oh my God. Yes. I'm bored taking a poop, playing the Qbert. It's a voop.
This, I did a bit. I think I did. I had it in a video.
Yep,
I don't know if I did
in a video.
Yeah, I need to do a full video. People that probably catch on. People be like, "Oh my God, Qbert vape," and yeah, that'd be pretty cool. I think it's pretty cool.
It is. I thought the same thing. I didn't want to get rid of it. I was like, this was for Twisted, Mandy, and I don't know if I can send it out.
That settles it. I'm doing a video on this week. I ain't got shit else to review anyway. Well, I do actually have stuff to review now. Actually, but irregardless, yeah, I'm gonna do a video on this thing this week.
Fuck yeah, dude, that means a lot. That means a lot. And that's back when, because I can't find the RA box now, but I did pick up the
cool
the man vape Beeble. I'm hoping to get, and I just picked up 2 Warwolf 150s, which are basically just RA box or raw box clones. And I'm gonna try to get the chipset from those. Shit, I can't say for what the project is because the person's watching, but I wanted to do something really cool for them too. Not the same thing, but a little bit different. This person's obsessed with the color blue. Babe, do you have any more?
That's my favorite color as well.
Mine's green and probably red. Like red and black is like my daily attire and shit.
I got
me and Joel have a fight about it.
Yeah, Joel, he's a big fan of the red and black as well.
Yep. Dude, is that the smock?
Yeah.
Which one is that? The new grip, right? The 3?
It's the Mag P3.
In my opinion, one of the best mods I've ever made. Period.
It's so good and comfy and
it's comfy and it just
ergonomic.
works.
Yeah, it's really good. And you can put a 32 mil tank on there without overhang if you're into that.
Dude, it's phenomenal. All right, guys, I don't want to keep twisted up too late. I know you're early to bed kind of guy too.
I go to bed pretty early nowadays, but it's a regimen I've been sticking with. I get up at 5 a.m. every weekday.
You and me both.
Oh, and also to before we get out of here, to something you said earlier, I have also never seen Star Wars.
Can I high five you over the camera right now? Bam.
Little internet high five. I there's so much stuff. I also agree with you. If I was a fan, it'd be ridiculous because they make everything Star Wars. But at the same time, it never really just like did that much for me, honestly. I don't know why.
I'm not a huge fantasy or sci-fi guy. I'm just not.
Just never really did it for me. But and people hate on me so much for that.
Bro,
if so you
knew, I can't tell you the difference between Star Trek and Star Wars. I just
and people get real angry about it.
I like Star Trek a little bit more than Star Wars. I've actually watched Star Trek.
I thought this was Darth Vader for I don't know a year and a half of my life, and this is going to be given away on the Patreon page because I don't have a reason for it. And it turns out that Darth Malgus, I guess, is his own character. And I'm like, there's way too much.
I have no idea who the fuck that is.
Yeah, me neither. And I have no idea what it is. I don't know who it is. I don't know. To me, Star Trek and Star Wars are, I don't know, man.
Yeah. I don't feel like I've missed anything really. Because being that you've gotten so much cliff notes throughout the years of like, oh, this guy was this guy and this guy, like you kind of know the story without having to watch it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know that there's a dude. We call it Shift. And then you have
fucking Jedis and
Jedi, the Jedi mind tricks, Wu-Tang Clan.
It's good versus evil, damn it.
Yeah, it's just like you got Inception or the movie Inception. No, not Inception. Insidious. That demon is in Star Wars.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Which is
I enjoyed those movies, by the way, too.
Excellent movies.
Kind of ran them through the ringer. I enjoyed it still.
But The Conjuring, I think, is probably one of the best horror movies.
Oh, I love those. I love that series as well.
Yeah, The Conjuring is phenomenal.
Love all of that. I like horror movies in general.
The other one was
big zombie fan too. I'm big into zombies.
You and me both, bro. Walking Dead is one of my favorites. I know it's kind of played out. I don't give a fuck. I think it's phenomenal.
It's still great. It's still great.
Yeah,
Anytime you give me that scenario, I'm down. I love zombies. So
me too. I was hoping Corona was gonna happen, but they didn't.
Like we get some zombies, yeah. I'd say I want it until it happens. I'm like, fuck, bro. I wish zombies weren't here right now. Like it starts sucking a few weeks without food. But yeah, that's how it goes.
I was say the food part I'd be okay with. I've got rations. I've got enough ammo and food to be okay. What scares me is like when I get UTI. I got a UTI recently. And I was bleeding through my dick.
Oh,
my prostate grew and my kidneys hurt. And then that's when I realized, like,
that's horrible.
God, right? If you have anal sex, wash your dick and take a pee. But make a long story short, yeah, it's for the best. If I couldn't get a prescription antibiotic, where would I be right now? I could have all the guns and all the food.
Yeah.
And I would
still need the stuff.
Yeah.
You still need the stuff. I've never broken a bone also.
Me neither.
Never?
Yeah, no, never. I'm sure it sucks, but yeah, I've never had.
Nope, me neither.
And with that fucking bombshell, where can you find where can they find you on Twitch?
Twisted Loot Goblin is my Twitch name.
What
I'll
the
post
fuck
a link. Twisted Loot Goblin. I steal all the loot. And it's a name I came up with on my own.
Hit that like button, guys.
Yeah. I hit 1,100 followers here recently over there.
Fuck yeah, dude.
So I'm very excited. You got to start somewhere,
Yep.
You got to start. Oh, oops. Any web address. Remove any web address and try again. Oh, okay. There you go. Melissa got it.
Yep. Melissa's got it. She's good.
Yes. Thank you. I appreciate. Oh, I've been logged in on my chilling channel this whole time. I'm not even me. I'm my other person. If I type something, I'm a different guy. I hate that having. I have like 16 different channels. I only use 2. I don't know why. I'll start something like, oh, I'm gonna do this, and then I'm like,
This one over here actually pays me, so we'll just stick to that one.
Yeah, for real.
It's okay, mother truckers. Now, with that being said, that's my mouth. With that being said, I want to tell you that I appreciate y'all for making one Thesis. It is your boy Thesis. We're out.
Thank you for tuning in. All that stuff.